the Samuels, as I call them. And he was doing a rating for women. And I'm not trying to copy that because he got his own. Uh, People don't agree with. Some people do agree with. I'm not a high valued man, so you know my my viewpoint is completely different from him being hundreds of thousands earning and me being not even nowhere close to that. Like nowhere, I'm nowhere close to $100,000. Nowhere close to it. And I don't have his background, even though we were in the same industry at one time. So, which is marketing and promotions. I used to work in marketing promotions, but so when he's talking about rating, like I said, he has his own way of rating women. So I do want to even say for even people in my market, which is 50,000 and less, there is a rating for all of us, rating for everyone. So when you run up on someone, you have in your mind what a 10 is, and you have in, your mind what a, 1 is. You know what I'm saying? People who are in my market, hey, we can handle somebody pleasingly plump. You know what I'm saying? She got a little thickness on her. Nothing wrong with that. People who are, in the higher and upper echelon, that might not fly so good. You might find that every now and then, but for the most part, a woman who is, weighing more than a man is just not going to work. Uh, you know, uh, Not too often. Every now and then, but, depends on the man too, because you might get yourself a guy who's 6'2" and 165 pounds. You might get yourself a woman who's, yeah, he's an image consultant, but Kevin Samuels also worked in marketing and promotions. I think he worked in the promotional world, and I worked in that world also. When I was a lot lighter, when I was 60 pounds lighter. So you know, but I was never considered beautiful. You know what I mean? I was never like this face has never been considered. Yeah, yeah, he worked in marketing promotions. But I've never been considered beautiful. I've never looked at myself as a 10. Although when I was in between 25 and I would say about right at about 38, 39, I was probably look the best I ever was going to look. I was right up there at, I would say that the ladies that I was pulling, because you know where you are about who you pull. The females who I was engaging with, I was right up there around. I could have, I could have been a strong 7. I could have been a strong 7, and I was okay. I had a bald head. That was back when the whole Malik Yoba thing was going on. So I'm 6'2". I was rocking a bald head. I wore a suit and tie to work every day. And so I was hanging out with some very good looking women and their friends. Okay. And it was nothing for me to have just company. It just wasn't. It was just a phone call. Nowadays, I gotta struggle just to take somebody out. I'm like, I mean, it's just a whole different ball game nowadays. It's like I don't even bother to ask people, because the very below average woman is telling me no. And I'm like, you know what? Screw this. Like, um, I don't need this in my life, so I'm okay with that. But I don't put much effort into beauty. I'm not vain. I don't own a lot of expensive things. I don't even try to. Hell, I wear some of my best clothes sometimes to go and move a refrigerator. I just don't really care about being vain or the neatest person in the world. I'm a four basic food groups type of dude. If I got what I want, what I need to eat and get by and roof over my head, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. As long as I got those, I'm cool. I don't need a whole bunch of anything. Having somebody fun to look at every now and then don't hurt none, no. So I do miss my past life when it comes to the attention I used to get, but I ain't had a spare tire either. So it is what it is. You get old, uh, things happen to you that are out of your control. In my case, a car accident. Boom, I start gaining weight right after that car accident. That was it. Took me right out of the picture, right out of the exercise game, the running game, and all that, and hard working out. That ended right there. I started gaining weight immediately because I could no longer run at all, like at high speed or anything. I just can't do it anymore. I can't sprint. It just the pain is too much. So I rate myself at like a strong. I give myself a 5, and I'm okay. But I rate myself according to the women that I can pull. I know if I was in a crowd of women, me and another 5, we would do okay and go on about our business. And that's cool with me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, ladies, rate yourself. Like, what I'm saying to do that is like, be honest with yourself. No matter what age you're at, how much you make, it's just to be honest with yourself. Like, rate yourself. Like, I mean, do you think you can pull Morris Chestnut? Now, you think you can get a Tag Diggs or now. I mean, do you think your body looks better than Angela Bassett's? I mean, are you anywhere close to a Holly Berry? I'm picking people who are in my age group, as you haven't noticed. These are 45 and up. So these are not teens I'm talking about because, you're beautiful when you're a teen. When you get older and, life has happened to you, you're at 40, 45, 50. Rate yourself like, where do you think you're sitting at? You think if you ran up on, some of these people who are still good looking, Rick Fox is a good looking dude. Uh, Boris, I forgot what his name is. Those guys are in their 40s. They're great looking guys. They're still in shape. But of course, these guys are Hollywood. Hollywood is a beauty culture. You know what I mean? So these are not average people. They have millions of dollars, and their life is completely different from ours because they have that money and they can afford the diets and the health care that we just can't. I can't afford. I can't afford a chef. Keeping weight down is very important. It is important. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm overweight. Doctor told me a long time ago. He's like, you're obese, and I'm like, wanting to punch him in the face. But he was right. I'm fat. I'm a strong fat guy, but I'm a fat guy. I should not be at almost 290 pounds. I'm almost 2 freaking 90. If I weigh myself, I'm like 285 it's ridiculous, And I tried to lose the weight, but it's just like, oh my God, it just hurts so bad. Just getting down there on the floor, forget it. I'm gonna go and do something else. So it's just, but even if I drop weight, I might climb to a 6. I cut my hair and did whatever, dropped 60 pounds, I might climb to a 6. Like, even if I had the millions of dollars, do I think, what I'm saying? You don't have a lot of money to maintain a healthy weight. Well, the money is not my issue, and I don't have a lot of money. My issue is my pain. I'm in pain all the time. Spinal stenosis keeps you in pain. And I don't like taking painkillers because they fool you, they lie to you, they make you think that you're healed. You go out and do stuff, and then you're in more pain when they wear off. So I'm in pain a lot. This is why I'm very apathetic towards a lot of things, towards a lot of things that are going on. I'm just like, I don't care. I'm in pain. I'm going to go home. I'm going to be in bed by 9 o'clock and happy. I don't care, as long as I can get a refrigerator off every now and then. Oh, it's okay, baby. I mean, I've never seen what you look like, even though I've asked you for pictures time and time again. I give up on that. You ain't got to send me none. You don't want me to see what you look like. That's fine. Uh, but you guys see what I look like, and that's fine. It's no big deal to me. Um, I mean, if it was, I wouldn't do YouTube videos. But I never claimed to be a beautiful person. Like I said, when I was at my, I mean, it's okay, baby. It's not important. You do. That's fine. But we did. Well, it's just an honest conversation of where we're at right now. You know what I'm saying? Where are you at right now, ladies? Do you think you're a strong 5, 6, 7? Most of y'all are gonna be like, "Well, I'm a 10 in my eyes." Well, your eyes is not what counts. It's the people who you're trying to pull. I can't roll up on a, an 8, even at my age. She's gonna be like, you know what? Thank you, but I have a man, and she doesn't. But she'll lie to me just to get me to, go on about my way. And I'll be like, I don't think you do, but thank you anyway. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them are, my age are sweet. The younger females, they'll do something like, ugh. Like, are you really talking to me? As if talking to you is like the pinnacle of life. you, you're you got $5 in your pocket. You have no money, and you're the smoking whip all of a sudden. You know, I don't get that, but okay. I don't even understand that, but okay with your broke self. So there's that. Some of the every now and then I'll luck up on a 8. Thank you. I mean, I'm just saying these young girls, they'll give you the gas face in a minute. And you'll be like, "Oh, really? Is it that bad?" And you start to like think, "Dang, I'm ugly." Then you got to think these girls, like they're girls. Like, what are you gonna do with that? Like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might have to sit down and read her a bedtime story. She's 20. She still has a blankie. Yeah, I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't know anything, and sometimes you want them not to. You want them stupid, but if you want to get any value out of them, like one. Here's an example. There's one chick. This a long time ago. Long time. So she showed me some interest, right? This when I was a poet, going to poetry all the time, and was like, "Yeah, we can, whatever, girls." So we go home, we do the biblical thing. And after that, I, being a person, having some type of conscience, started talking to her. She sat there and stared at me, as if to say, "Why are you talking to me?" I'm like, "We just engaged in the horizontal bop. You should not be talking." See, what she was used to is run up in her and don't say nothing to her, treat her like a piece of trash. That's what she was used to. I even had one girl tell me that. She's like, "Why haven't you told me to go upstairs and take my clothes off yet?" And I was like, I was stuck like, I thought we was cool, like we should talk. And she's like, "No, that's what I'm used to. Tell me to take my clothes off and get in bed." I was like, "Say less." And she was my age. Yeah, very immature. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, "Okay, so whenever I call you, that's what I'm gonna call you for." And then one day I called her for that, and she was just like, "No, I've grown up. I'm not." I realized my worth. I'm like, now you want to realize your worth? Now I'm on your same frequency because I was realizing your worth a long time ago. But now you want to realize your worth after you've been ran through a couple times. Can I, like, what? Like, whatever. If that's what you wanted me to, like, I'm trying to have a conversation, get a burger or ham sandwich, you know what I mean? I wasn't just trying to, hit you with the D and be out. Come on now. I'm not some type of animal, but they was like, nah, hit me with the D and let's be out. We don't want to talk. When I come over here, D. I was like, you know what? Fine. Did she change it up? No, I'm a woman. You should value, like, I don't value not one thing you have to say right now. Because I was trying to treat you like a lady back then, and you wanted to be a strumpet tramp. Then I got on your frequency, and now you changed the game up. Now I need to do what? Value? Value you at 30 cent? I can be talking to these young men and mentor, and they would take me out. No, no, no. What? Oh, as a mentor? Yeah, you got that older woman vibe. You probably in your 40s too. You got that slow roll to your hips. Boy, when I was 11 years old, I hit on a woman. She was 27 and got mad when she told me no. I was like, yo, can we have sex? She's like, no. I was like, why? She said, you're too young. I went out and flattened her tires. She was fine. I wanted her, and that was that. Her name was Nancy. Some big booty white woman. I was like, yo, I'm on you. I'm 11. I'm like, I'm on you. She told me no. I was like, bet. I was mad as fire. So, yeah, talk about some no. I'm 11. Give me what I want. I'm gonna flatten your tires. Now what? She's like, it's coming out of your allowance. I'm like, my allowance, like a quarter of decade, whatever. Knock yourself out. Yeah, I was hot. I was mad as heck. So yeah, you probably got those slow. You got the mommy hips going. Yeah, I can see why. Absolutely. My last older woman I dated was shoot. When I was 43, she was 63. I was 47, she was 63. You thought I was heck yeah. Hey, if I was 18, she was with it. She's a little freak. Oh my goodness, I can still remember that body, man. That woman was woo. I was 11 years old, acting a fool. I was like, girl, don't you do it, white lady. Trust and believe. I'm gonna be in your face every day. Don't you do it. And then when I was 17, there's another girl named Brenda. She was in her 30s. Yeah, she let me get a little bit closer to her though. She knew I was on her. I was on her every time I saw her. She took me to the crib and was like, she's like, I should, but I can't. And she's about to get married too. And then she married old dude. Yeah, Brenda and her twin. But Brenda, man, I used to come at her every day. She's like in her 30s, and I was like 17. I was like, yo, what's up, Brenda? I was on her. She's like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. She let me hug on her a little bit though. So I ain't flattening her tires. 'Cause she took me to the crib, took me to her house, showed me where she lived. She let me squeeze on her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She let me down easy is what it was. And I appreciated that. I'm like, you ain't just tell me no. You actually showed me some interest and was like, it's just not a good idea. And I understood that. So I wasn't mad about it. I was a little disappointed, but at least you let me, gave me a hug, real close. And you know what I'm saying? Shoot. She hugged me good, and that was it. She's like, nah, I can't. But she thought about it. So, so yeah, you probably got the mommy hips. I ain't mad at them youngins. I used to date a woman 52 when I was 25. She hit on me at a Halloween party. I know a man very, I know a man very handsome, very handsome. Women started doing things to him at a young age. It also messed him up. He's too young. Oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, there's brothers who've been they've been getting stuff done to them since they was 9, 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? To people in their own families. Oh yeah, I know a brother who was he ain't know what the hell was going on. But he turned out all right. He's married, he's got a family. He's good. I used to date his sister, that's how I know about him. She told me. She's like, yeah, I was like 9 he was like 9 years old and they was, getting with him. Stuff like that. I was like, well, shoot, 9 years old, little 9-year-old boys are curious. And if you got all that, ask me no question running around, it's a target. It's gonna be a target till we die. It just is. You got a big old caboose, you know. You gonna squeezed out a couple puppies too. You got a big old caboose. Little boys is gonna want to touch it and do all kind of stuff to you. It's wrong, but they were sending him to the store. When he came back, it was on and popping. Oh yeah, yeah. He probably long before he was 10 years old, he was probably active. And them old women was like, "We gonna get every bit of whatever out of you." And it's probably sharing it, and it's wrong as hell. But when it happens to a guy, nobody cares as much. You know what I'm saying? They're like, "Oh, he's a boy. He's tough." Like this is what boys do. Like, nah, that's it's wrong as hell because now when he gets older, if he isn't around people who are stable, he's going to turn around and start doing that to people who were his age when he started, and now it's a whole put him in jail for the rest of his life. No, you should have put the goofballs who mess with him in jail, or and did something to them so he knows that it's wrong. See, he doesn't know that it's wrong. And you get people who are like that, and they don't know that that's wrong, and so they go into those areas. The next thing you know, they're getting castrated. Because they're a guy. All the women, you should do this. It's just like y'all don't know what happened to dude. Y'all don't even care what happened to him. You'll make every excuse just so this man could be in jail for the rest of his life, his natural life. And, especially if he's black, he can hang it up. If he's white, he'll get out. But if he's black, he can hang it up. But yeah, old women mess with us. Yeah. Even a lot of women tried it. They stopped speaking. Even a lot of women tried it with you. You have women hitting on you. You must be some kind of wonderful. Oh, I don't know if I want to see your picture. Have me coming to wherever the hell you live. I don't even know where you live. I don't want to know. Girl, you ain't gonna have me jump. Oh, you ain't gonna have me jumping on ain't nobody coronavirus airplane. Be on there. Where you going, sir? I'm going to see Star. Sounding like Darth Vader and Bane. I'm going to see Star. Luke, I'm your father. Nah, hell no. Shoot, I done traveled 1,000 miles one way to get with a girl. Next day, traveled right back home, and I drove a Datsun B310. She's like, "Come see me." I was like, "Say less." I drove from Kansas to Texas and back. Yeah, you probably got that. You probably got that supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That was, yeah. You be having dudes singing, singing like the Von Trapp family. Be like, "Doe, a deer, a female deer." You was at Star's house, weren't you? Yeah, I know. Sound of Music, my dude. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I saw her too. I talked to her for 5 minutes. Next thing you know, I was like, "How do you love a woman like Maria?" So how you singing any old kind of thing, man. Stars like that. No, I don't want any. I don't want any of your out of control ness. Have me firing up my car talking about I'm driving over state lines. Hear that big V8 come pulling up in your driveway. But I know how y'all get. Brother do all that driving to come see you. I'll be thinking he lame. Oh, he a sucker. He lame. He drove all this. No, I know today's women. I know how y'all get down. He a whole sucker. I'm about to take his money. Oh no, I'm good. My little 50 cent. Yeah, yeah. You do something for a woman now, you a whole sucker. They scheming on you, trying to get to your little nickels. I'm keeping my quotas. Do what you want? No. Yeah, you a whole sucker. You do something nice for a woman now. All that courting. Don't nobody even say courting anymore. I'm courting. They be like, "You who wasn't?" Yeah, we're going courting. You wasn't? What you say about my mama? You never treat anyone like that, like suckers. I respect those who respect me. I don't know if they try to get in your genes a little too hard. You might. I think it's an automatic defense mechanism for females. I think it's automatic for if a dude was trying to get with you, it's like, "Oh, I'm about to roll up. What up with you, Star?" And he was coming at you a little too much. Yo, can we FaceTime? Yo, what's up with the FaceTime? What's your address? What's your number? Like, what you doing tonight? Yo, I can be in your city and like, oh, can come through, grab a hotel. We can go to the take you to the, you know what I'm saying, nice restaurant, blah 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 blah. Spend the night with me, blah blah blah. Let's get biblical. You know what it is. You automatically kick in. That reverse will kick in. Start backing up off of it. Well, this year wouldn't be a good year. It's the beginning of the year. Not this year. Maybe 2 years from now. Maybe just turn them completely off. This is just not a good year. I've been trying to find myself. I just need some me time. Those are just the nicest way to say get lost. I just need some me time. It's just Rollo standing right behind you. I just need some me time. And I know all these things because I used to be the Rollo. I used to be Rollo. And I'd be sitting, standing there right there while the girl's on the phone talking about that, nobody comes to see her. And I'm standing right there. I'm like, I'm, I'm right here. You talking about ain't nobody come see you. You know what I'm saying? She butt ass naked talking about some nobody comes to see her, and I'm standing right there talking to some dude trying to hit on her. Like I didn't seen too much, man. I'm so tainted. I'm so jaded. I don't trust nobody. I am so jaded because I done had too much happen to me. Some women I'd like to believe in, but I'm so, the first hint of what I already know, I'd be out. But yeah, them young boys, do you date young guys? I don't know how old you are, but what is your if you date young guys, how much younger like would you date? I mean, would you date like somebody 19, 20? You know what I'm saying? Like 25, 35? Like what's your limit? What's your young boy limit? He is 15 years younger, but not a boy. Oh, so you do got yourself a young one. See, see, that's why you got young men chasing you. Because just like women, y'all can sniff out, whatever. We got our sixth sense too. We just like, oh, I know I can get on. How can you tell? Just the way she just looked at me. I know that I'm in there. All I gotta do is go over there and say what's up. You can tell. Yeah, see you. So you like, is that your dude? Like, or is that just your homie lover friend? Is that your man's or is that just your Rollo? He just come over and take care of you whenever got a leaky pipe or something. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead and mess something up in the kitchen on purpose so he can come over and pretend to fix it. Oh, the refrigerator is making a weird noise. Can you come over and fix it? Yeah, baby, I'll be over there. Give me about 40 minutes. Okay. You pull up in the working van. I'll be there in a minute. Yeah, see, you already got your own thing going on over there. You ain't fooling nobody. You over there knocking somebody off. You over there making somebody's eyes roll up in their head. Somebody talking about their mama to you. You know his mama's still alive. He talking, mom. He come from your house, get right on the phone with his mama. Mama, mama, man, mama. I ain't got no more money. You came from Star's house. I did. I did. She asked me to buy her some red bottoms. I did it though. I'm just saying. She make me. I did it on my own. But help me pay the rent. This. Yeah. I think he's sorry because he used to have the women give him money. I flipped the strip. I don't give. Shoot. I used to have him paying my rent. Buying me food. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why. See, I don't want to see. That's why you ain't send me no picture. You got yourself a young one. I used to have them paying my rent, buying me food, give me rides to wherever I need to go, bail me out of jail. One chick put me in jail. I had two show up in court. Two other ones show up in court. One chick I'm messing with over there talking crazy to the judge. I had two. I was surrounded by two other ones, both professional. Like what? One white and one black. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. When I moved to Atlanta, I had one girl help me move down there. When I moved back, the same girl helped me move back. Oh, I know the deal. And I didn't really ask them for money. I would just need something done. So I would go to one of 8 women I knew and say, "Hey, I need this done." He can't believe how he's changed. I can do it. I'm a lady. Yeah, you put the power you on him. That's what it is. He likes that, but you dump him though. You gonna get rid of him. I'm just saying, man. I had about 8 different women I could call on to do whatever. If I needed to take a trip somewhere, I had one woman take me to France and England. Yeah, but the thing is, I never treated them like like I never ran them down or anything like that. I just treated them like how they whatever level they wanted to be on. They wanted to be on they just needed to get their thing dead. I keep them around, and every now and then I call them over, or they call me, and I hit them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and yeah, I swear what? I smash them, send them on about their way. They be on their way home to their boyfriends. See, now karma has caught up to me because I'm afraid to have a girlfriend because I know it's gonna happen. So I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna be all in love, and she gonna come home with some other dude all between her legs. I'm not doing it, man. I don't trust y'all. I mostly treat good because, uh, yeah, you a sweetheart to him. Like I said, that when I was 25, I had a 52-year-old. She was the bomb. She was the bomb. Then she married somebody 30. She was the bomb. She messed with me until she got married. Yeah, I forgot what her name was. She had a huge ass. Oh my god, that thing was ridiculous. And she hit on me. One day I'm at a party, she just ran up on me. She wanted somebody out. Me and her son were the same age, both 25. She wanted somebody who could, hit her and keep going. I was it. She was a lot of fun. My God, she's 75 or something now. She still look good though. I bet she look good in a mug. I wonder if she's still alive. She was a lot of fun. Where did she live? She didn't live too far from here. I'm surprised I haven't ran into her. She probably moved out of state or something. But yeah, older women, man, digs the older women. They just treat you a whole lot different. You respect them. But them younger women, boy, them young track stars, sheesh. It just hurts to look at them. I can't do nothing with them. I just tell them, I'll be like, oh, honey. I told this 23-year-old, I said, look, I wouldn't know what to do with you. I said, I just look at you. That's a good reason to like somebody. They got good conversation. What do your sons think about it? Ooh, he handsome, huh? Ooh, look here. That's the second time you called him handsome. Ah, there's an epidemiology job I would like to have, but I have no experience in being an epidemiologist. Pays. It starts at $50,000 an hour. Excuse me, 50,000 a year. Not what? Oh, you got more than one dude? You got, you got more than one? Him, Ben, you down there pimping? Pimping ain't easy. You down there pimping? Yeah, but you got more than one. You down there pimping them out. You got them. You got them. You got the young dudes in rotation down there. That's what you got going on. Okay. Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Shoot, I don't have none. I got no lover. I just been chilling. It's almost a year. Just been chilling, man. I just been chilling. I should have took one of those part-time epidemiology jobs. But I ain't want it because it was only part-time. I ain't wanted to mess up what I already got going on. You down there pimping them. You down there putting a big leg on them. I bet you feed him too, don't you? He come over to some turkey legs, mashed potatoes, or some grain. That's why he don't want to leave nowhere. Dude, yeah, he don't ask you for money. Shoot, you doing all that providing. Better spend a night every now and then, sleep good, ain't got to worry about no shootings and whatnot. Yeah, it's hard. He cooks for you. I used to cook for this chick when she'd come over, but one time I asked her to cook for me and she was like, no. I was like, ooh, I see how you are. But it was all good. She was beautiful. Still is. I saw her recently. She ain't want nothing to do with me. Still, oh man, she was gorgeous. I see my ex loves every now and then, but they don't want nothing to do with me. It's like they never knew me. I'm like, okay, hoes. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna try to hide me. Like I know what you are. Don't try to hide me. I bet he can. I bet he can throw down. He got all that extra ham hock waiting on him. I'd be throwing down too. Apron and everything, cookbook and all that. Eat it all up, clean it all up, and smash. Yeah. I miss my old chick, but I'm not gonna get another one. I'm too old to get an old chick. If I get any chick, she gonna be in between 35 and 45. You know what I'm saying? 30 is nice to look at, but it's just too young. I don't want somebody 50, even though there are some dynamite 50-year-olds. But I need somebody that's healthier than me. I'll take a year old if she's mature, but if she got like 3 kids, I can't do it. I think 1 kid, maybe 1.5 kids. If she got 1 kid, I'm cool with that. One good kid. I'll take a 30-year-old with one good kid. But she got to have all that screwing already out of her, though. Because if she's still hot in the draws, then I can't help her because I'm not going to be spending all that time trying to drill you into next week. I'm done with that. My days of doing that is over. If she can't understand that, then I'm not getting in no relationship at all. But, I mean, can you at least do... I'll be like, nope. Peace. Wow, this job pays $33 an hour. See, that's what I'm talking about. And you're not even a disease intervention specialist. I already applied for one of these. But I want to be a epidemiologist, quality outreach coordinator, an investigator 2, eligibility specialist. 16 an hour? Are you kidding me? 16 an hour. STD surveillance, epidemiologist, investigator. I could do that. Depends on what you ask for. If you're about to ask for a master's degree, then I don't have one. Complete graduate core in public health, prevention medicine. I don't have none of that. Statistic computer software. I don't use that. Epidemiology, one course. Physiology, well, minute. One course or 3 in experience in epidemiology. Nope, I've never had a course in epidemiology. Immigrants. Yeah, New York, right? I want to be in epidemiology so bad. I'm not even sure why. I like the investigative part. And I really like the part that I really like epidemiology because right now there's such a huge need for it. You know what I'm saying? Come and meet my mother, yeah. Hold on a second. You want a big daddy? You want a big daddy? Honey, honey, yeah. Come and meet my mother, yeah. Come and meet my mother, yeah. My mother, yeah. Come and meet my mother, yeah. My mother, yeah. Come and meet my. You want a big daddy? See, that's another thing. Immigrants getting all the jobs. They wouldn't be getting all the jobs if you, well, I mean, you got to carve out a niche for yourself, man. Yeah, I want to get into epidemiology. Oh yeah. I just think it'd be I just really love the investigator part. So I'm gonna keep applying for those jobs because they're coming up. See if I can get a hold of one. But the two that I saw at first, they weren't. They were jobs that were only for like a year. And it's like, see you later. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I hear Walmart is about to make all checkouts, safe checkouts. Minimum wage went up, and they don't want to give people. Oh yeah. Oh, listen. If Joe Biden passes the stimulus check or the stimulus whatever, and does the thing with it makes it 15 an hour. Yeah, the economy is. I'm telling you, that's not going to help the economy. You think it's going to help the economy, but it's not. If Joe Biden, okay, just think of it like this: minimum wage right now is at $7. It's been there for the longest time, right? It's at $7, and there is a need for minimum wage to go up. I think minimum wage. Well, it depends on what state you live in, because I think it's up to $8 in some states, like in Ohio. But minimum wage should go up to $10. That's what I think it should be. Which would put the whoever's working at minimum wage right at about 20,000 a year. So it should be like 10.25. That should be minimum wage, because that will put you right at about that'll put you right at about 20,000 a year. Oh. Well, see, they're trying to make that. Well, when did that happen? Where are you at? Well, that's because you're in NYC. Freaking NYC, everything is high.
It's your time.
I mean, good grief, New York. I mean, how much does it cost to live in New York? You know what I mean? It's crazy how much New York costs. New York, LA, it's crazy expensive. About 3 years now. Yeah, it's crazy to live in New York. It's too expensive. That's why you have there's a lot of people from Ohio who live in Ohio who are from New York. And they will not go back. They're just like, it costs so much just for a little bit of space. They're like, no, we're not doing that no more. I'm like, bro, I don't see how y'all was doing that in the beginning. Yeah. So you have a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. You want a piece of me?
Yeah, I can't do it.
By the numbers.
Not enough
I'm
minimum.
not trying to do all that high cost of living. I'm playing StarCraft. What up with you, Kev? How you doing? Yeah, well, they're trying to make minimum wage like that everywhere. I'm telling you, the economy can't handle that. New York. Well, that's because New York's cost of living is just ridiculous. You guys got the most freaking ridiculous cost of living that there is.
Add-on complete. Base is under attack.
I mean, it's just totally ridiculous.
What's going on?
Our SUVs are under attack.
You guys got a ridiculous amount of and the thing about it is, the people who made New York,
Add-on.
like the reason why your cost of living is so high is because of like sports teams and all the major businesses that are there and things along
Not enough minerals.
along that issue. You guys got a lot going on down there.
Sure thing.
Add-on complete.
But the majority of people, they don't
Minerals.
Looking forward to it. You want a piece of me, boy?
the majority of people that live there, they don't like they're not in that
Gateway coming through.
They're not in that tax bracket. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, well, wait a minute.
This better be good.
The people, the very few people, I'm playing StarCraft 2 and talking. The very few people who are in the high tax bracket has
Not enough
made the
minerals.
cost of living so ridiculous.
SCV ready.
They made it so ridiculous and it's so crazy high that nobody normal can live there.
Go, go, go. Bad news. It's about to get heavy.
It's about to get heavy. How many of y'all know how to play StarCraft?
Not enough minerals.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't see how you guys can do it.
By the number.
I can't live in the crime rate is
Not
ridiculous.
enough minerals.
I
Not
can't
enough
mess
minerals.
with y'all. I can't mess with y'all in New
Additional
York.
supply. Research complete.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm not messing with y'all in New York.
Piece of me, boy.
Y'all just too much for me. Boom, I win. I can't do it in New York. And I visited New York, what, 2 years ago? 3 years ago? Shoot, you guys, let me tell you something. When I went to New York and saw those dudes on the highway selling water, that it motivated me so much. But they was these youngins was selling water. And the dude who was my Uber took me to the airport. The dude was like, telling me, he's like, yo, this ain't my car. And he says, what I do is I rent the car. And I'm like, yo, like you rent the car like for a whole month? He was like, yeah, like we rent the car for like, I'm like, so on a business level, like how much does it cost you to rent the car? How much, and the longer you rent the car, I guess the less expensive it is on a daily basis. So he was going through the numbers with me and he was like, this is how much I make. Because he was like, I make $1,000 a week, plus the rent a car, I'll take out $350 to rent the car, yada, 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 yada. So there's just a whole hustle system that is in and around New York that is just beautiful. It's almost like you have no excuse. New York is almost like you have no excuse, and you have to get out and hustle when it comes to living in New York. The hustle there is like nowhere I've ever seen before in my life. Nowhere I've ever seen. And it made me hustle harder. It really did, but I'm glad I live in the Midwest. And I chose to live here simply because the cost of living here is one of the lowest in the country. It's just very inexpensive to live here. You know what I'm saying? So you can live in a place like New York it depends on what you're doing. But I just don't want to live in a place where there's 8-9 million people running around. And now with the epidemics going on, with the pandemic going on, it's just even crazier. I just don't want to be caught up in that. You know what I mean? I don't want to be caught up in that at all. It just doesn't look attractive to be around that many people when we are at a boiling point where anything can happen. We don't know what Nancy Pelosi and Schumer and the rest of them goofballs down there at the White House are going to do. I mean, they're talking about this stimulus check and all these billions of dollars that are going to go out. And I still think that they're dangling a carrot in front of our face. Listen, I think if they were serious about the stimulus check, we wouldn't be waiting on anything. I think that this is the United States of America, and everything that we need as far as the people, we should have already had. We have the largest army that there is. Our military is cost us the most. Our military costs us the most. So we have weapons. We have weapons that no one has ever seen before. And the way we get these weapons is we get them from people who are from other countries, and they come over and help design all these, and then you know, people say, "Oh, the white man, oh, the white man built this." It's just like, no, some of your mathematicians weren't white. Some of your people who thought of these ideas, they don't even live in this country. But if all these other countries don't help them, then they cut off their visa. They won't give them no help and support. What? Well, yeah, that is understandable. That is understandable. A week, yeah. See, and I would be, I would be definitely with that mass exodus. I
Go ahead.
get out of there.
Be ready.
That's all I can think of is get away from.
Huh?
But see, that New York lifestyle is very tangible. Everything is very.
SCV.
I don't know. It's just a lifestyle that
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. But that lifestyle is very what is the word for it? How can I say it?
What's going on?
It's not toxic. What it does to you is it
Go, go, go.
makes you think that what it does is it makes it so it's hard to get away from. It's like a toxic relationship, is really what it's like.
Command
It's
center
like a,
activated.
yeah, it's like head with someone. That's really that's what that lifestyle is like. It's like you're in over your head with someone. Like you need a doctor in order to get away from the relationship with this person.
Coming through.
Really doesn't. Like I know some cats who are from New York, and they talk about living there and how it is crabs in a barrel in a bucket. It's just people on top of people on top of people, all trying to get the same thing. But nonetheless, New York has this pride. Like New Yorkers have this pride. Yo, I'm from New York. Like respect me. I'm from New York. And it is hard to separate this stuff from that. Everywhere, like on YouTube a couple years ago, there was this guy who was, I don't know where he was at, but he was talking stuff to these two white dudes, big old country boys. Okay, ain't afraid of nothing. All right, they'll swing on anyone, and they were telling him to go on about his business. And this dude was like, "Yo, I'm out here. I'm solo dolo. I'm from New York. I'm out here. See that pride right there. I'm from New York. I'm out here. I'm from New York. You know what I'm saying?" And when he was saying this, he was talking to the dude who was actually filming the whole argument. And he went up to the dude's camera. He said, like, "I'm from New York. I'm out here." And he turned around to the other dude. And he's like, "What's up?" And he walks right up on Big Country, one of them, and he was like, "What's up?" and swings. Now, he had about one swing that was worth even anything. But once that white dude ducked up under that swing, and all 260 pounds got a hold of this man who couldn't have even been 190, he pinned that guy to the ground and beat the hell out of him. He was just on top of him, and his whole head was on whichever way that man's fist, the opposite way. He was boom. He wanted his head to go this way. His head went that way. He wanted his head to go this way, and they was like, "Yo, get up off a dude like that, man. You be like, are you going to kill him? You're about to catch a serious charge." I mean, the dude got beat up so bad that after dude got up off of him, he still did not know what planet he was on. Like he beat the crap out of that man. And I'm like, New Yorkers, we know y'all got it tough. We know New York City got lots of culture. We know it's hard to get away from that. But with all the things that is going on right now in the United States, find a way to get away. Like get out of New York. Get out of New York. Get away. Get out of New York. Get out of Atlanta. Uh, Look, get out of these overcrowded cities. the hell out. Because listen, in March, next month, everything's supposed to basically hit the fan. Joe Biden and all of his stuff that's supposed to come out. All of these plans that they have at the White House have, right now, they have America teeter-tottering on a civil war that everyone will be involved in. Everyone. And it will not be blacks against whites, Hispanics against whites. It won't be none of that. It will be survival. 100%. If these Goombas down here at the White House don't follow through with the unemployment, if they don't keep that, over 10 million people lost their jobs in file for unemployment and right now getting that. If they don't sign those papers and get that through on time, one lapse, just let 1 week lapse and that unemployment and them not getting it. Just let 1 week lapse and see what happens. You already talking about a high crime rate now. You're going to see some stuff that's out of this world. It's going to be terrible. And have mercy if a whole month go by. See, they have America by the cojones right now. And they made very good. Listen, the Trump supporters were not wrong for going down to the White House. They were just wrong for barging in like that. Listen, it's going to be worse than that. I'm just telling you from somebody who just, look, I would love to see some good, but from all the things that I saw when they went down there to the White House, I was like, it's going to be worse. It's going to be so much worse than this. Because the next time people go down to the White House, they're not going to be looking to harm somebody in the White House and so they can fix an election. It's not going to be that. They're going to tear down the White House. There's not going to be a negotiation. It's not going to be if you do this. It's not going to be none of that. I can see the White House being decimated. If these people don't fool around and get this together, I can see nothing but chaos. And you do not want to be in a major city when it happens. You just don't. And I'm hoping I'm wrong. But with Bill Gates running his mouth, I mean, this pandemic, which is actually SARS, something that's already been around. Like, this whole thing has been engineered. Like, it's just not an accident. This is not an accident. This is an orchestrated attempt to cause chaos in its worst. And to bring chaos and shut down the American system. And it will work. It will work. It's not going to matter who you voted for because they're just puppets anyway. Joe Biden and Donald Trump were just puppets. Obama was a puppet. They're all puppets. The Bush administration showed us that. When Bush sat there during 9/11, he just sat there out of school. I'm telling you right now, get out of these major cities. I'm not even comfortable where I live. I cannot see all of a sudden Nancy Pelosi and Schumer and all the rest of those people down there all of a sudden giving a damn. They dicked around and went back and forth with these bills and even cut us off from. I mean, look at what Joe Biden is doing now. Those guys who were, for the pipeline, those guys who were working on the pipeline, Joe Biden made one phone call and it was over. All those guys lost their job immediately. Immediately. They all had a large contract. That contract been going on. I think it was to run up in Canada. And they were making a pipeline. Joe Biden shut that down immediately. I'm telling you that all of these people who are out of work is not an accident. And I don't care what they say. They planned this. They want disarray. They want out of control. They want anarchy. Just so they can have some white knight come in and create order. But that's all going to be a lie. Somebody's going to come in and say, I'm going to create order. I don't think it's going to be an American president. It's just somebody's going to have the power and a vision to create order. And people are going to start following that person. Listen. What did we learn from the 6th of last month? We learned that the U.S. military decided not to help the people in the White House. The governor was on the phone saying, can you send support? And they would not answer his call. They were saying we can't get a call through. All of a sudden, the National Guard and the Army would not answer his call. They had to get it from Baltimore. People, this is not over with. All that did was bring everything to light. It let us know there are people who are top ranked. Listen, that's not like a call down to your nearest Kroger's. These are big time people who call major shots, who can send a drone to your house and blow it up and then write a whole story and make a whole excuse and wash it away like Breonna Taylor. Wash it away like it's nothing. Just forget about it. It's over with. These people can erase you. They did not answer the call because the president at that time was like, no, do not answer that call. And they just tried to acquit him the second, they just tried to impeach him the second time, and it did not go through. Listen. They tried to impeach the president again, right? And they needed to have so many votes to say, we're going to go ahead and impeach him. That impeachment would stop him from running for president again, because remember, he can still run for president again, maybe next year. And he said that he was going to be back if he would have got impeached. So this is just crazy. All right, so there's that. So they didn't impeach him, right? It was like, no, we're not going to impeach him because we believe that we should be concentrating on other things like the American people instead of an impeachment. That impeachment took 2 days. They could have easily said yes. They said that he was not guilty. So where does this leave us? This leaves us with Donald Trump being in a position of power somewhere. Some kind of way he can still run for a position of power. And they said for Donald Trump, but they all agreed that they did not want Donald Trump to run for president. So they were going to try to use the 14th Amendment. This is hogwash because Mike Pence had the option of using these, either the 14th or the 25th Amendment, and he decided not to. Nobody wants to stop Trump from running again. Why? Why? Donald Trump laid down the, I mean, he laid down the floor mat and the mapping for chaos. He put it right in front of the whole world's face. He put, and remember why he was in. He was always in a position of power, and he always used that power. Even before he got in, he was asking the military. He says, "Don't we have nuclear weapons?" This is before he was sworn in. He said, "Do we have nuclear weapons?" And they were just like, "Yes." He says, "Why don't we use them?" This is Donald Trump. Even before he got into office, asking about nuclear weapons. This is not somebody that you want in a position of power, especially angry in a position of power. You do not want that noise. You don't want somebody who is unafraid to push the button. You heard the way he talked about other countries. I'm trying to tell you that this is far from over. This is far from over. It's not even close. Here's what I can see. I can see them failing to get the stimulus bill signed. I see them failing to raise minimum wage for the whole country. That's expected. I can see them failing to give out the $1,400 to each family household. It hasn't even started. I can see them failing to, I can just see the bill that needs to be signed. I think next month I can see the whole thing falling apart. I can just see it failing. And I can see the unemployment going past the deadline. As a matter of fact, if I was a betting man, I would bet 8-1 that they will not sign that bill on time. And when that happens, that's going to start the snowball. There's going to be no catching up to that. There's going to be no catching up to that. No way. The first month that goes by and those people don't have any money, they're going to be digging into their little savings for those of you that had them. I can see the whole thing getting shut down. I'm hoping I'm wrong. We need another type of financial system. This is why I'm glad Bitcoin came along. We need a different financial system. We need something that holds the people up other than the dollar. We cannot depend on the government to keep us safe. We can't depend on the government to keep us alive. There has to be another system. Wish we can go back to bartering. That's probably what I think will happen. I think the bartering system is going to happen. I'll trade you this for that. It's an effective system. But those who are in a position of power are not going to like that. But I think the bartering system is what's going to keep people alive. And I just think it's a great system. I mean, Bitcoin's out there. Elon Musk just gave, 1.2 million in Bitcoin or something like that, or billion or whatever it is. But I think the bartering system is the only thing that's going to keep people alive, uh, because I think the dollar is just going to fail. I think it's just going to crash and burn. I think if they don't give those people, if they don't sign that bill coming up next month and they don't get it out, the next month after that, March, April, come May, by the end of May, I think most people, everyday average working people, would have spun all the money that they had come the end of May. And they're going to be out looking for ways to feed their families. They're going to be taking anything that they can. Some of them. But those who are not going to be chaotic, they are going to enter in the barter system. And they're going to simply go to their neighbors and say, what do you have? And that's going to trickle actually upwards instead of downwards. So there's going to be chaos, yes, but the barter system is going to be the only thing keeping the same people going. And it'll work, but you'll have to band together and protect yourself from the people who want chaos. Because there are people who want chaos. And I'm not talking about Antifa, I'm talking about there are just regular people who love chaos. That's just what I think. I think, yeah, I think by the end of May, beginning of June, we're going to be looking at a whole different way to live. And it's going to hurt at first because you're going to see a lot of dead bodies. But I think once people start getting along without the dollar, they're not going to want to incorporate the dollar back in. However, living in America without the system of the dollar, paying into the dollar, that's controlled by, a 1% of people, that's when you're going to start seeing a lot of people dying. Because they don't want that. They want you to pay into the system. They need to be high and mighty. But if you're no longer feeding into that system, then you don't care who's high and mighty. You don't care who's a billionaire then. You don't care who's a millionaire. It's like you're a millionaire. You have $1 million of nothing we don't care about. I'll trade you this pencil for, some hair grease or something like that. That's where we're at. So I just think that's what's going to happen. I could be wrong. I hope I am. I hope I am in one way, and I hope I'm not in another way. I think the barter system is a great system. The Indians used it before they were wiped out. Other countries used it. I think it's a way to get us off the hook of the depreciating dollar. Yeah. But the biggest problem is called the U.S. military. And we know now the U.S. military is not for the people. Donald Trump made that very obvious. U.S. military is not for you. It's not here to protect you. It's not what they're there for. Because if they were, they would have protected the White House before they sent 25,000 troops down to do it. The U.S. military is not here for your protection. U.S. military is a hammer. It is a bludgeoning tool. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go. It's good talking to you. You guys take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Jesus loves you. Get yourself saved.